Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Carlos Takam. Mike, the Rebel Perez.
The trunks. Mira, nothing on the trunks. Got to be up. You're right, I'm going to give him right up, all right? All right, touch him up, may the best man win. Booked.
Round one begins. A product of the Cuban amateur system, Perez is trained to be calculated, intelligent. He likes to throw about 50 to 55 that heavyweights tend to favor. Against Abdusalamov, he was throwing 80. Takam can do the same and will do the same. And can perhaps Perez exciting and vibrant in this fight as he did in the small room at Madison Square Garden.
He doesn't have the punch that Abdusalamov has, so he realizes that he has to survive, try to other ways. He won't come out and be nearly as aggressive as you would.
Aggressive as Abdusalamov, though. He was an extremely aggressive heavyweight.
And already Mike Perez is either his hook or his left hand has bothered.
In the first moments of the fight, and he has started off with the left hand again here.
Yeah, he gets his respect right away, which is a smart thing, because here he's giving up not a big puncher. He still has to get the respect and let Takam know that he's a big 25 pounds. So he has to get that respect early. Although Takam is not the best strategy at all, Max, but when he can't out-punch Mike Perez, his only option is to try.
As though he thinks he can outbox Mike Perez, given Mike Perez's amateur
Perez in New York on November 2 was that Abdusalamov was another more customary matchup of the southpaw Perez against the conventional fighter. So they were lined up in such a fashion that both could go ahead and fire away without the restriction. Takam landed a good little right hand inside. Moves like that have been few and far between for him in the early going. Picking Takam apart. First round, clean shot.
Maybe Vaseline, but Vaseline wouldn't cause that unless someone placed it directly in.
7 of 37, 81 punches, which is just about the number of punches that Perez averaged per round.
I don't see how he thinks he can win a fight this way. Against Michael Grant, a tall fighter, a rangier fighter, he had to get inside and was more aggressive.
And for him, he feels safer being on the outside, taking frantic chances.
So Takam is not a 1 or 2 round knockout artist to make the point, even against opponents who are outmatched. We've got an announced crowd of 20,479 ever to have seen them fight here in Montreal, and both have sold a lot of tickets.
Yeah, they have, and I tell you what, Mike Perez is breaking Takam with some beautiful.
And Perez can't just give Takam the bum's rush because of 250.
Especially in 12-ounce gloves.
Perez lives in County Cork in Ireland, which was Mike the Rebel Perez, but by choosing to use that nickname, he forgoes the I think would be one of the best nicknames in boxing, Irish Mike Perez.
But he wants Perez to get lower as a small fighter. Perez is still fighting with that kind of stiff back, Roy, and kind of standing up tall.
And trying to get him to move and be less stiff. But he's been doing this for probably been boxing. So it's very hard to teach an old dog new tricks or break him.
Quite often you see heavyweights not reaching their maximum effectiveness.
Yeah, it does, and they have more time to develop because it seems like when we get a good one.
Witness Vitaly Klitschko, who fighter at well over shows no signs of weakening yet. Cut is long place.
Horrible place.
But it's not over the corner of the eye where it's going to grip.
From credit calls, most guys would have tried to take a cheap shot on Perez, turned around like a man, walked away, said he was sorry, and then could have been right down in his face. Right down in his eyeball.
I don't know if I've ever seen as Takam produced today.
Hey, that was a very manly move. He has gained my confidence and respect from him just for that move alone, because so many guys, and in all reality, we are fighters, but this is a brotherhood. You should not want to take a fight. You should want to win it fair and square.
Bell. He's had star fighters before, and now, of course, he has one of the hottest stars in camp with Perez, and that would be Gennady Golovkin. Harold, how do you have it scored?
I gotta tell you something. This ain't the same Mike Perez I saw fight Magomed. This ain't Magomed started out. It was a sensational fight. This is murder. Here's it made. 2 runs to 1. 29-28. Mike Perez in a slow fight.
Well, Perez is the one coming forward. Out big punching power, who has not yet learned how to get down low defensively. I think he's dominating. Whereas opponent's really not doing much. Still, he's in a dangerous
and get into the area where the fight can end with a decision. Or another. Surely Perez is of the opinion, and his corner's of the opinion that he's
say that he doesn't have punching power because we haven't really seen him fight nobody except. But that fight apparently shows that he has to have some punching power. I think that the opponents as well, because this guy shows great punching power at times, aggressive as a Mike Tyson, so he wouldn't get a chance to land that one punch shot like.
Had a good chin and a big heart. Ton of shots against him. Travis Walker went the distance, among others, with Mike Perez.
Yeah, but Travis Walker is tall, and Travis Walker is not a pushover. Tyson, so like I said, best punch of the fight for Takam, I think, too.
Absolutely. But it's not gushing.
I'll tell you what, big right hand. Second Perez is eating this round.
As Takam's
he's looking a lot more comfortable right now. And I must say, he takes Perez's punch pretty good.
9 of 37, but Takam landed those 2 big right hands. Found him the winner of that round. We go to the 5th.
Usually don't see these guys do too well after starting so late. But he's fighting a pretty good fight.
He's got a warning from veteran referee Frank Garza. About once again
what he's shown with this strategy, keeping his distance and trying to run Perez in, is that should something go wrong, like for example a cut resulting, he's in more of a position to capitalize on them than he is if he tries to rush Perez and give him.
That makes sense. Good body shot there.
I don't think Abel planned on him staying back and box him to come out and be more aggressive to give Perez a more opportunity to work.
That goes out the window because of the cut over the right eye.
Well, that and the fact that he's using a jab and fighting behind the shoulder.
And that's a perilous position to be in. 25 pounds.
Especially when he's the guy who's not supposed to be the showcase.
The reason for the fight to appear on HBO. The reason for the fight to be main preliminary prior to Butte and Pascal is that long-awaited challenger to the Klitschko's, who have held Lee for quite some time. Perez got back to being a little bit more aggressive and the last year, but Butte suffered a hand injury for which he has had certain copy box numbers total through 5. Perez 51 of 139, and we are midway through the fight.
Good thing the Klitschko's lose any sleep over this performance so far from Mike Perez. Salamov, who's a big, dangerous, aggressive guy. Perez came right out, aware of the threat. Salamov right in that first round to gain his respect. And here Takam by laying back, by being less threatening early. Takam's picking up his pace.
Now he's doing what they want. He's being aggressive. He's staying inside and fighting the fight that Abel wants him to come.
Normally a preferred situation for him, Roy, given the cut over his eye due to a butt.
No, I think it's perfect for him. Short-armed at heavyweight. He's only 6'1". Takam has to reach. And
the activity level has suddenly gone way up.
This is the fight I was expecting from the open, given their size and styles and the way I've seen Takam fight.
As you see, their heads are colliding a lot more now.
Hard right hand by Takam, and now a shot to the body. Carlos Takam is making his presence felt.
Impressive box here brain, let alone his size and everything.
I don't see any sign whatsoever affected by the mental hangover from the Abu Salamov thing.
No,
he's got
a whole different problem and a whole different type of a problem.
Finished college, but is college educated, and
Takam is suddenly trying to take over the fight as round 6 comes to a close. He feels as though too many low blows are called for punches on the belt line. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Look at you. I've got it 4 rounds to 2, 58-56. That was very, very interesting. No doubt about it. It just puts him right back in the fight. He would stop backing up and move forward and fight more head-to-head because, you know, he's able to win a round doing that rather than backing up. Anyway, 4 rounds to 2, Perez, based on, you know, basically his boxing.
Well, after puttering along slowly, fewer punches than the crowd would have liked to have seen, they landed a total of 55, 33 of those. And when he returned to the corner, the French interpreter in his corner.
He took the edge off Perez boxing at a distance early and got Perez at a certain speed and mindset and then took advantage suddenly.
Those kind of rounds also cost a lot of energy from in that last round fighting in close. Now he's trying to do it, but modify the output so that he doesn't, as he had been the few rounds before that. He spent a lot of energy in that last, so he doesn't burn himself completely out.
Great point. Seems to be bothering Perez.
Perez is the lighter guy. Anytime you got a big guy leaning on you like that, like Max said, he may not have the most explosive one-punch knockout now for sure, because Takam took the edge, and he's the bigger of the two.
The biggest shock in this fight so far for me is barely has flown Takam's head, but in the last couple rounds especially, Takam's done jumping shots like that right hand from Takam have been landed by Takam. Perez,
French fighter who fought a fight on the island of Martinique less than one. The momentum of the fight is switching toward the Cameroonian bull. Good left hand. Perez was coming back with the left hand. He couldn't find Takam's chin and landed it instead.
Perez's power, but Perez is not so worried about his.
13 out of 33, that's not bad. But Takam was 22 out of 45. On the shoulder. Round 7, CompuBox numbers on power punches. Perez was 13 out of...
Takam does not know what he's getting into. He's not prepared mentally.
That's exactly right, Max. Takam is a guy who has everything to gain here, nothing to lose. The fact that he just fought 3 weeks ago shows you that he was already in shape.
So go back to their amateur backgrounds and the pedigrees that go with them. Your opponent is from Cameroon. Walkover. Great. Let's start thinking about the next round. If you're a Cuban fighter at the Olympics or the World Championships, and you see in the draw that...
Good body shots by Takam, too.
Brain is impressive tonight so far.
Yeah, he has a very high boxing IQ.
Body in the last couple of rounds.
And that's what I think Perez is not doing enough of.
Takam's boxing
will help him to use his greater skills to seize the initiative. Wondering if after this round, Abel Sanchez can find something to say to Perez.
Perez is tired, maybe a little bit more tired. Takam, yeah, so, and that's probably part of it. The body shots that Takam's hitting him with, and the fact that Takam just fought 3 weeks ago. Good body shots.
Belt line, and you see there how Frank Garza does not step in to discipline body shots fighters the belt line. Those are okay with him.
And he's right. That's not what the belt line is. The problem is a little bit below the belt line in the middle.
No, hold that.
Then has Perez. Had the edge in the last 3 rounds, 75 to 61. And you can see that Harold Letterman has 3 of those last 3 rounds for Takam, bringing the fight to even on him.
He wanted to take Perez with him, and Abel said with all the Eastern European guys, when Golovkin had to get a haircut one day, serious right now, because this fight, I think Harold has it even, and I think that's right on the money. Serious about his work. Mike Perez better get serious.
In the last few rounds, that he's slipping away from Perez.
The money. It's within a round or 2 at least.
And the fight would seem he's back to his normal pace, 51 punches per round.
All of that has to be credited to Carlos Takam, because he came out of the box early, not to allow Mike Perez to get into the Mike Perez rhythm. And then nor can many corners instruct their fighters to do that.
Greater challenge than anticipated. Perez is going to have to do something different.
He's been working hard in this round, but he's still getting outworked.
The fact that
I don't think it's simply a matter of doing this only harder. He has to change something.
The lack of experience that he has.
Fight suddenly changed in the 5th
The
round.
bodies is all working in Takam's favor. These things like that are making up for...
First 4 rounds were slow enough that Harold Letterman complained that it was brutal, but they've been having fun since the 5th round when Carlos Takam turned up the tempo of the fight and began dominating on the inside. And I'm not sure Perez can blame the cut, because Sanchez did a terrific job of stopping the blood.
Yeah, I don't think he would try to blame. I think he'll realize after watching the tape that the bigger man outworked the boys at this point.
1 round to go.
Whose corner said you got to put him down?
Would be remarkable. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, I got it close. 5 rounds to 4, 86.
Takam's corner, I believe.
They said you got to put him down.
Don't take a backward step, because it's really, him putting pressure on Mike Perez. He's 85, Carlos Takam. Don't go backwards. Keep coming forward. Really good shots, and he's been winning all the late rounds.
Harold, our French interpreter, Christian Gauthier,
He's doing a
assures
terrific job inside. See, he comes forward. He
very
does
clearly
really good
between
job.
rounds, you must put him down. You must put him on the canvas. And Takam is trying to do exactly that.
Maybe they're trying to tell him this to ensure.
We talked about it largely in psychological terms, but it was a brutal fight. What is Mike Perez going to be after the Abdusalamov fight? What effect would it have on him? Perez may not have the same pep in his step after a brawl like
He's
that.
not winning this fight right now. That's the only difference I see in him. He was about the same pace. He looks no different in this 9th round than he did in the Abdusalamov fight in the 9th round, except that he's winning it right now than he was then. He just got a different man in front of him right now. But the same style, he just was fighting a different fight because Abdusalamov was allowed him to fight a different fight.
Shows no wear and tear from that whatsoever.
If anything, he shows extra
Sense
condition.
of when to step on the gas, when to back off, how to pace himself in this fight. Just
And
very
got right back on it. So he's in pretty superb shape for this fight. Next, he knew when to step on the gas, when to change the fight.
very impressive, and he's carrying this round.
That was the most impressive part of the fight that I saw. The fight, but he did put on one heck of an effort, and I think his name will be thrown into. Not that he may win the fight here, we don't know that for sure because the judges do have to judge.
By the farthest margin, the theater of the unexpected, it's the heavyweight division. More shots can take place here than anywhere else in the sport. This will be a shock. The judges prefer Carlos Takam, and they might.
You mean if they do what?
If they prefer him.
Oh, okay.
10th round. Let's look at Carlos Takam. He responded to his trainer's demand that he tried to put Perez on the canvas, and now watch the uppercut, knocking the head of Perez back.
Jean Gauthier and Sylvain Leblanc scored it the same.